Imagination. Imagination is called the faculty of imaging. Imagination is the ability to form new images and sensations in the mind that are not perceived through the physical senses. Imagination is the ability to form a picture in your mind of something that you have not seen or experienced. Imagination is the ability to think of new things. It is the power of forming a mental image of something never before wholly perceived in reality. Imagination is creative ability. It is the ability to confront and deal with problems. To create means to make or produce something to cause something new to exist. The word create means to produce something new, such as a work of art, by using your talents and imagination. To create means to bring into existence. God created the heaven and the earth. Genesis 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Where did God get the material to create the heaven and the earth? Where did He get the blueprint? It was the creative energy of God's spoken words that produced the heavens and the earth, straight from the imagination of God Himself. The blueprint only existed in His mind. He spoke it into existence, and it was. Have you ever noticed that narcissists have no ideas of their own? They can duplicate your ideas or expound upon them, but they can't come up with their own ideas on their own. They have no creative energy. They have no creativity. Sure, if they hang around us who have creative energy, they can, like a mosquito, suck it out of us. But they have none on their own. It's related to our conscience. Let's look at the word conscience as the book of Romans, which show the work of the law written in their hearts, their conscience also bearing witness in their thoughts, the meanwhile accusing or else excusing one another. Strong's definition of the word conscience, found in this verse, is as follows: the soul, as distinguishing between what is morally good and bad, prompting to do the former and shun the latter, commending one, condemning the other. A faculty, power, or principle, enjoying good acts. The word faculty means an inherent capability or natural aptitude. It means talent. It all seems to circle around faculty, ability, talent, conscience, imagination, and creativity. It makes me think that conscience and imagination are all connected. The conscience is the way one gathers and measures information in order to determine its purpose or lack of purpose. Our parents can affect our sense of purpose and set the standard for right and wrong when we are at a young age. Unfortunately, if our parents are narcissists, they can affect our sense of personal purpose as well, therefore warping our conscience, causing us to feel wrong for being right, telling us we're lying when we're actually telling the truth. As a child, you allow your parents to define who you are. As an adult, we sometimes allow outside influences to dictate and define who we are. We are using external influences to gather feedback from outer circumstances and events to define who we are. Although we were victims of narcissistic abuse, we do not have to always be victims. We have to value ourselves as God sees us, and not how others see or value us. Especially not the way narcissists value us. What you do is not who you are. Who you are is the person on the inside. A good and honest person who follows his or her conscience has empathy, compassion for others. This is who you are. Your measure of purpose is only limited to your imagination. Your imagination is a picture of what could be a reality. For example, you picture how a painting you're contemplating on creating in your mind or imagination. You know how you want it to look, the highlights, the shadows, the shapes, and the mood you're wanting to project onto the canvas. If you're into music, you imagine the message or story you're trying to convey. Then you write the words. You imagine how you would like the music to sound, the mood, the tempo, even the style of music. You imagine the feeling you were trying to convey. I'm sure most of us who had narcissists for parents heard, "Stop daydreaming, come back to reality, get back to work." Nowadays, we see what has become of this. Children now play and have to have certain toys to play. They have no imagination to take a simple item and pretend it's something else. When I was a child, a stick could be a gun, a spoon, a pencil, or any other utensil. Could be whatever I wanted it to be. A bicycle could be a horse, a red Ford Mustang, a police car, or even a bad guy's getaway car. What would this world be like without imagination? Without imagination, Einstein would not have explored relativity. What about Leonardo da Vinci? He was very skilled and talented in many areas, not just science, but art. Have you noticed that narcissists do not have imagination? They are great imitators. They mimic creativity. Later you find they stole your creative idea and took credit for it. Narcissists can learn how to do things like music theory. They may be able to paint a photorealistic painting, but both will be lacking one element, feeling. On the surface, it looks like they are very talented, but you find they just train themselves to do a task by learning the theories and mechanical part of it all. many times lacking in purpose. You may have noticed musicians who are technically very good at their instrument, but something seems flat. Then there are those who may not have the technical skills, but they have that extra something element that causes you to feel their pain, their joy, and anger. That special element gives their song life. That special something gives credibility to the words. Narcissists will latch on to you like a tick when they discover you have creativity. Narcissists will suck the creativity right out of you. In some instances, you feel like they sucked all the creativity out of you, and you have no more to give. Thank you.